Hello my fellow hunters, in this video I wanna show you a few very useful combos, especially I try to pick my favorite new combos for Switch X in this video. This isn't a Switch X guide at all. I recommend to watch the Switch X guide from RX Gaming or from Dark Hero over this one, because they explained every follow-up and every counter and every other thing very in depth. I didn't have the possibility because currently there isn't a training area or something like this here. It is possible to do it on a barrel, but only when you're creating a new save file, and currently my save file has 20 hours, so I didn't want to delete it in this case, but the progress is too far currently, and I will do this when the full game is out. So I just decided to pick my favorite combos in this video. And I also want to say the Wild Switch X isn't very beginner friendly. There are a lot more beginner friendly weapons, so if you never played Switch X before, it's better to maybe take in consideration to just view all the guides a little bit more properly, because the changes is that it doesn't have a bread and butter cheese combo anymore like in Sunbreaker, so it feels a little bit more like a portable third gen Switch X, which is a lot more situational. You always have to think in the consideration of the current state, how much sword meter, or whether you're in Power X mode or not, which combos or counters are you doing. So you can't say this is the best combo or what else. It depends on the monster situation, whether the monster is wounded with wounds, and there are so much other stuff to take in consideration. But if you master all these combos and stuff, it's definitely one of the strongest weapons currently in the demo. Most weapons for right now need like 5 minutes, and in the past, like 2-3 days ago, the best clear times from Switch X were like 8 minutes, and today VBXLOAD uploaded a video with a Switch X run only 4 minutes. So if you master this weapon, which will take a lot of time, it will be definitely one of the strongest weapon of all the archetypes. Yeah, so that was just a hint. And how is the best way to start a battle? Best way to start a hunt is going with a chili mantle. And I also add a cutscene after I explained this. Go behind the monster, and then with circle you can instantly go into Power X mode. So if you're messing this up and going with this combo into Power X mode, you can do when you're completely standing still. You only need, meanwhile, only 2 wide swings to go in Power X mode anymore. The only problem is if you're not completely standing still before the wild swings and you a little bit move a little bit before, like this, you will do an overhead slash and the heavy slam doesn't work anymore. So make sure to completely stand still in this wild swings and didn't move before. It's very important, otherwise it doesn't work. You need otherwise to make, or just to make sure, you can always do, like you can see here, 3 wild swings. Okay, so this is about the Power X mode. Now about the sword mode. To fill up the amp meter, best combo by far is just to do double slash and Heaven Ward Flurry. This is by far the best combo to gain the most possible amount of amp meter. If you're amped, my favorite move is the full discharge, or how it's called, full release discharge, full discharge release, or anything like this. And it is like the better version of the unbridled slash. You can do the unbridled slash with R, triangle and circle in sword mode if you're holding them all together and aiming with the focus lens. It does a lot more damage and is very satisfying. In my opinion, it's better than a zero-sum discharge, because I will add some gameplay now. The good thing is that you can reposition yourself when doing the combo. So you hold R you press triangle, circle and R and hold R and L2 together to aiming to the direction to do the full release slash. And you can change the direction when doing this move. So this is a great benefit when doing this. Please make sure that most of the damage number appear on the right side of your hunter. So if you're hunting a smaller monster, please make sure to hit the attack a little bit more left from the middle of the monster to land most of the hits at the central zone to do most possible damage. So thank you for that hint. Was from Dark Hero. He also mentioned this in his video to take care of this positioning. The changes for the Sears and Discharge is that now it's a little bit harder to ledge on a monster. You can do a general element discharge when pressing triangle and circle. If you want to ledge onto the monster, you hold triangle and circle for 2 seconds or so, 2 or 3 seconds together, and then you can ledge on the monster. This is a lot more tricky than in the previous games because monsters will move very fast, and if they move away you can't stitch anymore to the monster. Also, you can't now stitch to the monster after Heavensward Flurry or something like this, or like this move, like a double slash. You also can't stitch anymore after this to the monster, which makes it a little bit more tricky to play the Sears and Discharge. Yes, but nevertheless I like the full release slash a lot more because of the better positioning. If you want to fill up now your sword meter, by far the best possible combo is just doing the spiral burst slash. This will give you a lot of sword meter back, and even without the power X mode, this is very absolutely great combo to get sword meter back. It also works without the power X mode. There are two more things I want to talk about the two counters. The X counter is a little bit tricky to pull off because you do before this uppercut 270-degree move, and it's very hard to predict the correct timing because exactly when a monster is attacking you, you have to hit the monster with the uppercut. So it's a very predictive counter and very hard to timing. When you're hitting it correctly, you can do immediately a follow-up attack of Heavensward Flurry, Heavy Slam, and get into Power X mode. So this is a very good opener for the battles, but it will need some time to get into it, and I personally didn't manage to pull it off a lot of times. Which is more easy to pull off is the sword counter. The great benefit of this is you have like a 1.5 second stance mode, and in this stance mode it works also if the monster is like behind you, because you're it's like a 180-degree or 270-degree move, and if you hit with at a certain point the monster, it will trigger, so you can continue attacking. This isn't a very, how it's called, it is not a counter that makes a lot of damage. It is just planned to connect your combos a lot better and makes the gameplay a lot more fluid. So it's not to plan to spam all the time just a counter to do a lot of damage. It's not like a EBC or so, which has a lot of damage output. It's just for more fluid gameplay. Yes, and it's a lot of fun to play. You can also do this counter all the time in a row, like you can do this like 5 times in a row and it's still working. So I really like that fact on the counter, so it's a lot more beginner friendly to play with this counter. There are also a lot more follow-ups from the counters, like you can do almost every other combo after this, but I didn't want to talk too much about this, and this was just short overview about my favorite combos. So I do a more detailed video when the game is finally out. So thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.